2 months later, David sat down to make another video. But this time, he was in front of the camera. This video had the feel of a deposition. The edited version is more than an hour long.
I was given a photo of, what was it, of somebody holding up rabbits. They looked like dead rabbits.
David had on a white button-down shirt. He looked worn out.
Did he say what he wanted you to do with it?
Behind the camera is Howard Baskin. After leaving the zoo, David had contacted Big Cat Rescue and told Carole and Howard everything.
They kind of kicked into action right away and paid, full expense, paid for me to get back. And I thought that she had a right to know what's up, what I knew. So the deal, so to speak, is an offer. And I would go to Florida first, meet with them, and then I would go to Pittsburgh.
David met with them at their sanctuary and agreed to record an interview for evidence.
All the cubs were always suffering from ringworm, all of them, and malnutrition. Like I said, I've never seen a cub without ringworm. They get these bald spots all over them.
They also helped David draft a letter to the USDA complaining of the animal abuse he'd seen at Joe's zoo.
I am a former employee of GW Exotic Animal Park in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. I would like to share with you my experience in hopes that you will take steps to stop the mistreatment of animals there. So I called Carole Baskin, and because she had contacted me prior to that and said, congratulations for getting out of there. Now you probably know and stuff. So then I called and told her what happened. So then she immediately, the very next day, flew me out of there to Florida to Big Cat Rescue. And then while I was in Big Cat Rescue, one of the deals also was that I had to do a recorded statement to the USDA about what actually goes on there. And because of that is kind of what started the whole investigation into Joe, started this whole Netflix thing almost. And then actually how the Netflix thing, the producer who recorded all that video footage and stuff, he replaced me, because when I quit, that's who he got to replace me. And then Joe actually went all hog wild because he was so angry that I left there. And then I came up here and I started Gay Life Television, and had this big, beautiful studio and stuff like that. And then he's like, so that pissed him off so much that's why he started a Joe Exotic TV and wanted to go hog wild on it. And I know Joe personally, and I can guarantee you the reason why he went so hard on video and all that crazy stuff is because of the stuff I was doing.
He and Carole even briefly teamed up and created their own web show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cat Chat Show. My name is David Lee Stanton, your host, and please help me make welcome the other host, Carole Baskin. If it's okay with you, Carole, we'll go ahead and show one of your videos.
Yeah, in fact, that ball that Zabu's going to be pushing around, that ball is 90 pounds, and she's just playing like it's a beach ball. So when you show that video, that'll really show how powerful these cats are.
Okay, Brian, could you go to the video that says Zabu, the white tiger, and her ball? No, it's in the videos. Remember the videos I showed you where they're at? Oh, no, it's on layer 3. And go scroll down a little bit further. Oh, right tiger loves her ball. Yeah, that one. So we're sitting here and is my okay? Yeah, there. It looks like my mic should be turned up a little bit. Okay, testing 1 2. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Maybe down just a little bit. So we're sitting here, and then Brian says, "Oh, he would love to have a baby tiger."
What?
I know. That's what I said. I said, "What?" I go, "What are you gonna do when it gets older?" He goes, "Well, I'll just give it to the zoo."
And I said, well, the zoo won't take it. He goes, well, I'll just ship it to Africa. And I said, Africa won't take it. I could probably turn my mic down a little bit. I see me redlining there. That's why there's a whole market for little cats in the malls. You know, that petting, people taking these cats, these cubs, showing them at the mall, letting you take pictures of them, telling you they're doing it in the name of conservation. They're teaching you about the wild. Oh my goodness, oh what a freaking lie. You're just using, that's like, oh my gosh, that's like a church. That's like what that shit the churches do. Stop, that is a lie, folks. They're using the veil of conservation to teach you stuff. And say you did get a baby tiger. Just say you know you did. Do you know how fun it is? It's about as much fun for about maybe a half an hour, and then you're pretty much over it because it's not like a regular cat. You know, it's not cute and cuddly and they purr and all. It's just not like that. This is a cub that's as powerful as a dog, okay? And it's this little, and it's just like, you know, it's totally different than a kitten. That's, you know, that's in my own opinion, but that's what can happen to them because I know it happens. Right.
And, you know, that's the thing that we need to be able to prove, because whenever we're trying to get laws passed to ban the private possession of these animals, the one thing that people ask us frequently is, you know, where are these animals ending up? And we know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in... Tacos. We know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in... Tacos. We know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in... Tacos. We know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in... Tacos.
That G came back on the screen.
What came on the screen?
Nothing.
I'm seeing nothing but buffering.
Nothing at all. Okay, and we've got a little bit more time here. Well, you know, it's so funny because you're like in the winter. Well, first of all, how great is Florida? Seriously, I was down there in winter. They treated me to a week down there in Florida. And it is so nice in Florida. Carole and I went kayaking looking for manatees in winter. Right.
Yeah, it was beautiful. You got a sunburn even.
I was like, yeah, and I believe matter of fact, I got sunburned so bad I got like blisters. I got blister sunburned. But the advantage of that is that the animals, especially the ones that have had a crappy life in zoos before they were rescued, or, you know, in cages and stuff like that, and a lot of them has never been able to see the stars without a cage, in, you know, like a filter almost. Without the filter of a cage in their vision, some have never seen that. Or if they have, it's only been for a glimpsing moment. It's never been where they just walked and got tired and just like was looking. So Carole Baskin is offering her cats this opportunity. And it's kind of on a time crunch a little bit because there's some elderly animals, I guess you call them, that she would like to get in there before they pass away. Right now,
and we really want him to be able to experience that ability to, you know, watch the sun go overhead, watch the stars come out at night without having to look through cage wire to do it.
I really hope you film that. However, in like a Disney film or something like that, right? Unfortunately, he would go out there, and that's probably when that probably would be the end. You know what I mean? Like this last thing was achieved or something.
We know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in... We know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in... We know that they end up in tacos, and we know they end up in...